in a quiet refugee camp nestled among dry, dusty hills. A young Syrian boy named Sami spends most of his days alone. Since fleeing his war-torn home, Sami has carried a deep sadness within him. His laughter has died, and his memories of home are fading like old photographs. Each evening, as the sun sets behind the hills and the stars begin to appear, he sits outside his tent, clutching a broken toy truck, watching the world go by in silence. Ramadan has arrived, but the joy it once brought to his family feels distant, like a dream from another life. One evening, a small aid truck arrives at the camp, kicking up a cloud of dust. Among the new arrivals is Alya, a bright and curious girl from Malaysia. She wears a yellow scarf that flutters in the wind. Her eyes sparkle with hope, and her backpack jingles with keychains. She immediately begins exploring the camp, looking for someone to talk to. Sami watches her from behind a tent pole, unsure and guarded. Over the next day, Alya notices Sami sitting alone and decides to approach him. With a warm smile and a handful of colourful paper, she asks if he wants to help her make a Ramadan-style lantern, a tradition she learned from her grandmother. Sami hesitates, but eventually nods. They sit near an old water pump, cross-legged in the sand, folding, cutting, and gluing scraps of red, gold, and blue paper. Slowly, as the lantern takes shape, something changes. Sami begins to open up. He tells her about his lemon tree back home, and Alya shares stories of Ramadan bazaars and mooncakes in Malaysia. As night falls, the two children finish their lantern. Shaped like a glowing star, they carefully hang it outside Sami's tent. The warm, colourful light draws in other children, then families. Elder Hakim, a gentleman in the camp, begins to hum a familiar Ramadan tune, and soon a small circle of people forms around the lantern. There are no lavish feasts or grand decorations, but in that moment, surrounded by light, stories, and song, the spirit of Ramadan comes alive. In a place where so much was lost, something small began to grow. A star made of paper, lit with kindness, and a friendship born from silence that spoke louder than any words. Sami didn't just remember the past anymore. He had something to look forward to, because even in the darkest places, a little light and a little friendship can bring hope back home.